What is up, everybody? DeAndre Coke here, and super excited for this week. This week is really establishing our 100th podcast episode, which will be coming out on Wednesday, and that is going to be a great one. Taryn and I are recapping our wedding in the Dominican Republic at the beautiful Casa de Campo resort that many of you guys were asking about from our stories and everything else. That will be episode 100. Very excited for you all to listen to that. But this is dropped today because I alluded to it in our quick hits and in our WhatsApp community chat over the last few weeks. But we are giving a giveaway in honor, in celebration, whatever you want to call it, for our 100th episode. Now, I know, technically speaking, I think we're at like 100 and maybe 50 if you include the quick hits as well. But realistically, we're going to just say 100 episodes because when the podcast started, it started with just me and a guest, and that was it before we introduced the quick hits. And that actually started twice a month, and it was so popular that we went to weekly, and it's expanded from there. And honestly, would not be here without the support, the feedback, the appreciation from all of you all, the community that we've built. So thank you so much. So we have an incredible giveaway and list of things. And I'm going to name all of the prizes except for one of the grand prizes. We have two grand prizes. I'm going to name one of them here. And then you're going to want to stick around in a few minutes because we had to interview someone with another company to explain what the second grand prize is. And a little bit of a hint, it's worth over $3,000. So for our prizes, our first grand prize is a 4-night stay at an Airbnb in Tulum. This is an Airbnb that is managed by Greenwood Tulum. If you've been a follower of our content or our podcast for a very long time now, this is one of the first giveaways we ever did early back last year. And we're doing essentially the same exact giveaway here. So Greenwood Tulum, they operate a bunch of Airbnbs in the Tulum, Mexico area. And you will get, if you win the grand prize, you'll get a 4-night stay there. Now you're going to still have to cover your flights and transportation to the Airbnb, but it will be a 2-bedroom Airbnb in Tulum in the Aldea Zama area. So it's going to be about 10 minutes from the beaches, near the beach clubs, near the nightlife, not too far, near taxi stand as well. They have a lot of properties. So I know they're going to pick a good one for you. We had a winner last year who absolutely has loved their stay. Now, you have the ability to upgrade that to a 5-night stay by submitting proof of either a podcast review on Apple Podcasts or a star rating on Spotify with a screenshot. I'm going to tell you how you're going to enter all of this stuff after I get through the prizes, but it's going to be very simple to do. Realistically, you just really need to do a screenshot. If you've already done a review or a rating of the podcast, it's very easy to just go back and grab that same one and take a screenshot of it. So grand prize number 1, 4-night stay, up to 5-night stay at a Tulum Airbnb. And I believe you have up to either 18 or 24 months to use that prize through Greenwood Tulum. I mentioned that there is a second grand prize. Going to skip over that one because, again, you're going to want to stay tuned and listen to what that is here in just a couple minutes. But we're giving away a bunch of secondary prizes as well. So we're giving away one Hyatt Category 1 through 4 free night award certificate. We're giving away one Hyatt Suite Upgrade Award, 3 Hyatt Club Access Awards, 2 Hyatt Guest of Honor Awards, and then 1 Ridge Key Case. So for anyone not familiar with the Ridge Key Case, it essentially is, actually I'm going to hold it up the screen for those watching on YouTube. It is a really cool key holder, but kind of fancy for your house keys, car keys, those type of things. And so we are going to be shipping this directly to you as well. The Hyatt Awards, I know many of you are going to be excited about because, again, we're giving away a free night award as well as Suite Upgrade Awards, Hyatt Club Access Awards, and also, again, multiple Guest of Honor awards as well. So if you are not a Hyatt globalist and you want to know what it's like to be treated as a Hyatt globalist, these are the prizes for you. Now, these all have various expiration dates that go all the way into 2027. That's all in the terms and conditions of the rules as well. So just going through some of the jargon, I have to say the prizes are non-transferable. They have no cash value. There's no cost for entry. Prizes cannot be exchanged or substituted except at the sponsor's discretion. You are allowed to decline your award. So if you're a Hyatt Globalist and you're like, hey, I'm not really going to use the Club Access Award, you can pass that on to someone else if you would like. However, just so you know, that's not going to re-qualify you for other drawings. So if you did the math in total, that is 11 different prizes that we are giving away. And here's how we're doing it very, very simply. So in the link in the show notes, and we're going to have it linked all everywhere. It's going to be in our newsletter this week. And this is running, by the way, I forgot to mention, through the end of November. So when the clock strikes midnight going into December 1st of this year, 2025, the giveaway is done and locked in. So how do you enter? The link is in the show notes. It will be in the show notes over the next few weeks, and as well as the quick hits and everything else. And very simply, you are going to put your name and your email address, and that's going to essentially log you into the giveaway. So you don't have to do everything all at once. You can actually do in pieces if you would like. I mean, it should take probably more than 5 minutes to do everything you need to, but can do it in pieces if you're busy or whatever it may be. And also you can log in if you want through Facebook or X or Google or LinkedIn. There's a lot of different ways. Spared no expense to make sure I could do this right for all of you all. So after you put in simply your name and your email address, you're going to enter the giveaway, and then you're going to see a whole bunch of options unlock. And essentially, by subscribing to the newsletter, which you might already be subscribed, so it's not going to do anything different because you're already subscribed, hopefully. But subscribing to the newsletter, subscribing to our YouTube channel for both the podcast and the vlog, following us on Instagram, all of those things are going to gain you entries. And this is a one shot. So this is not in every single day do something or anything like that. This is not get all your friends to tag and share and comment and all those different things. While I would love that level of engagement, just trying to keep it relatively simple, but still allow for some opportunity to get the brand out there a little bit more. So there are the two biggest ways to earn the most entries are going to be A, subscribing to our Boldly Go YouTube channel. And if you've already done it, it asks you to confirm what username you registered under, because that's how we're going to verify any of the winners for these type of entries, FYI. Now, the follow-up to that as well is that in the episode this week on Wednesday, we're going to have a secret code. That secret code, if you just listen to the episode, you're going to hear it and you're going to know what to put as your entry. That's going to have one of the largest amount of entries possible for the best chance of winning. So basically, you could have well over 20, I think even 30 different entries for the giveaway. And again, there's 11 different prizes in total. So this should be really exciting and really easy. All the different options, again, newsletter, YouTube subscription, subscribing to our different YouTube channels, following us on Instagram, following a couple other companies on Instagram, follow us on TikTok, uploading a proof of the podcast review or rating, the secret code, following the podcast on Spotify, following us on Threads, and visiting our website. So all very simple things you could probably very easily knock out in 5 minutes. The last thing is referring a friend. So if you do use the refer a friend link, which opens up after a certain amount of entries, you send it to your friend and they enter, you will get some bonus points as well. So this is an opportunity to share with your P2. If you have a buddy that you travel with and you're like, hey, either one of us gets this stay in Tulum, we're going, either one of us gets a sweet upgrade award, we're using it together. All of these things is fair game. We're doing the drawing within a few days after the contest closes, because again, I don't have an entire suite to organize this. So we're going to give a little bit of a buffer of a couple of days, and you will have about a week to confirm receipt of the prize if you're announced. And we'll make sure to announce the grand prize winners as well. So super excited, everybody. We're going to go ahead and switch over now to the interview of the conversation and talk about what is this such mysterious next grand prize. All right, we have a fantastic giveaway that we have lined up for all of you all that listen, that follow the show, the podcast, our content on Instagram, our YouTube, our newsletter, all of the things. So we are super, super excited. I've got Austin Jones here, who is a territory sales manager for Husqvarna, and he's going to talk about why he's got something that they're going to give away to as our grand prize for our winner for our 100th episode celebration, why it's an amazing fit for a traveler. And you're going to want to hear about this. So, Austin, welcome to the show, first of all. And can you tell the listeners what is the grand prize that we're giving away?
Yeah, thank you for having me on. I'm really looking forward to doing this giveaway with you guys. What we are looking to do as Husqvarna as a giveaway for you is a 410 IQ series unit. It's part of our Automower lineup. It's a unit that will autonomously mow your yard. It's about a $3,000 quality level unit. It's going to mow about half an acre for whichever user ends up winning the prize.
Awesome. So a $3,000 lawnmower. So I imagine in my head that this is like a Roomba, but for your yard outside. Is that kind of a great way to understand it or different?
That's a perfect way to describe it, actually. That's how I describe it to some end users when we're out there doing a demo unit. So this unit, now that it's been updated and we're on to our 400 series IQ mowers, they can run like a Roomba, where you send them out on the property. They'll mow and bump into things and go around your yard just like the vacuum cleaner will in your home. They also provide us the opportunity to mow in patterns. So these units can actually come out onto your property and stripe your yard. They can mow checkerboard pattern, diamond cut pattern, regular line pattern like you would when you have a professional landscaper come out.
Wow, that's pretty incredible. And I've seen one of these things are massive. I know when we were talking about this, in my mind, I'm also thinking the size of a Roomba. Of course, I'm not thinking about what's the size needed to actually cut a lawn. And then I saw it in person. I'm like, oh my God, this thing is massive. This thing, like, not in a bad way, but this is a pretty hefty machine. So, I mean, it's kind of intuitive, but I want you to kind of be more specific. Where does this fit in for the life of a traveler? Because a lot of our listeners, they are on the go. They want to go with their family. They're taking trips. Where does this help someone that's in the travel world like we have as for our listeners and our followers?
Right. So there's 4 key features of this unit. So you have the base station, which is where the unit will park in your yard. There's a reference station, which is basically an antenna that helps this unit communicate with a satellite. So it has location services, so it knows where it is on your property. You have the Automower itself, and then you have the mobile app. So for somebody who travels a lot or does vacationing and they want their yard mowed while they're gone, the mobile application allows you to get on wirelessly and control this unit when you're not home. It also allows you to set up a schedule. So if you don't ever want to see it in your yard, you can set it up so it only mows from 1 to 6 a.m. until you get up in the morning to have your coffee. You'll see that thing going to park itself away. Or you can have it mowing during the day. There's also features where if you're a traveler and there's inclement weather that's going to be coming in while you're out of town, the cloud service that we have hooked up to this Automower will also allow it to send itself home if there's inclement weather. So yeah, it's pretty easy to maintain when you're not on property.
Now, I'm curious, you just mentioned cutting the grass from 1 to 6 a.m. Wouldn't that be pretty disturbing for yourself and the neighbors? I mean, you think of lawnmowers, leaf blowers, all these things running in the morning. Seems like that might be a little bit of a pain, or I'm assuming if you're setting it to that, I'm guessing it's fairly quiet then?
Absolutely, great question. I mean, this thing is really, really silent. I mean, you don't really hear it cutting until you're a good 3-4 feet away from it. So it'll be just out there roaming in the yard. You won't hear a peep until you come right up on top of it.
Wow. Well, I am super excited. I think this is an incredible giveaway, an incredible item for anybody to receive. Roughly, what is the time frame? I know that depending on obstacles and the number, trees and everything else, it's going to vary. But roughly, what's the time frame if you had a full half acre for it to cut? How long could you expect that to actually take? And is it multiple stops for charging? I mean, is it all kind of one shot? How would it? And I know obviously if you're trying to do a checkerboard pattern, that's going to add some time. But roughly to cut half an acre, what would you say?
It is difficult for us to answer that question. We've got it down to a level where an acre and a half on a 420, as an example, that mower will cut an acre and a half with stripes and diamonds and things of that nature. It's going to need multiple charges, but realistically speaking, if you were mowing your grass every other day with that unit, it can maintain it within let's say a 4 to 6 hour ratio each day. It's not going to be able to go out and maintain it in one charge. The unit will notice when it's getting low on battery, and it will park itself, and it will maintain battery level while it's maintaining the property.
Got it. So this is also, sounds like it's a little bit of a different cycle. I guess kind of like vacuuming your house, right? You might do that once a week, but a Roomba can run daily. So it seems like just like cutting the grass, instead of it being, oh, this is what I'm doing every Saturday, this is more so just happening in the background. You're not just running this thing once a week. You could, it seems like you could if you wanted to, but you could just make sure that it's maintaining a certain height or a certain level of pristineness for your yard.
Correct. Yeah, and you can set up different areas of the property and select different cut heights for it. But you're exactly right. I mean, this is something that you set out, and it's constantly maintaining your property on a daily basis if you would like it to. It's not like, okay, I got to go get on the lawnmower today, and I'm going to be cutting for an hour, and all the grass is going to get cut. This is something that will run out, and it will maintain on a daily basis.
Now, I know we're talking the 410 series, which you says is a $3,000 model. What is the highest tier that you guys have, and what can that cut? Just so the listeners, if they, they're excited about this, they want to win, they might not get the getaway, but now they're aware and like, oh, this exists. Let me look into it. What are the other models that you have?
So it's the 410, which does half an acre. It's the 420 that does 1 acre. The 440 will do up to 2 acres. It will do an acre if it's randomly running around like a Roomba, but if you set it up to do stripes or patterns, it can do up to 2. And then we have our 435 IQ, which is actually an all-wheel drive unit that can handle grades anywhere from pretty much 35 to 40% slope. So properties with some pretty steep hills. But like I said before, that 410 is $3,000, $29,99.99, and we go all the way up to $49,99.99. Just depends on what type of property it is and how big you need to go.
What feedback have you gotten from those that use it and are travelers? I know you do demos and such for those all over. What feedback have you gotten from the people that are doing it, not just because they don't want to cut their grass, but because, they love to travel?
So a lot of people compliment cost savings. So some of the homeowners that have done installs with and demos with, they're frequent travelers, and they have a landscape crew that would come weekly to maintain majority of their cutting needs. They still have a crew that comes by and does string trimming and deals with bushes, because this unit just plain won't do that. But they really like the cost savings, and they really like the look. It's surprising when you set this unit up on demo and you get it actually mowing on a steady basis, how clean the yard looks. It's quite surprising.
Very nice. Before we wrap this one up, Austin, want to just ask you, we're talking about an Automower. We're talking about how that's a great fit for travelers. Does Husqvarna have or do anything else in the round that the audience may want to just be aware of that they could find a value for a future trip by chance?
So future trips, not necessarily outside of the IQ world. There are some updates that are coming to this lineup that's going to make it easier to use and easier to set up. But as of right now, for people who are frequent travelers and leaving the home and needing something that's going to maintain property for them, this, in my opinion, is the best choice.
Perfect. Austin, well, first off, I want to thank you and the entire team at Husqvarna for making this happen for our listeners. Thanks for coming on the show today to talk in greater detail about the Automower, the 410 IQ series that we're giving away, and really just appreciate your time today.
Yeah, appreciate it very much. Glad to be able to help and support, and we look forward to future opportunities.
Absolutely. Perfect. Thank you. You have a great rest of your day. And for the listeners out there, in the words of the Hunger Games, may the odds be ever in your favor.